Is it hot in here or is it just me? I'm so high in here from smoking on this.
Hey, Suga!
Hey Suga, so here's the inspiration picture that my client sent me for today's video. First off, cheers to my very first YouTube video. I've been making reels, but I haven't made like an official video, so here we go. So bear with me. Okay, so usually I would use these, but these do get expensive. I believe I spent like $19 on each one, so just imagine storage on that and having to pay for each individual number that your client needs. So what I did was I went ahead and cut out the number 3 and the number 2, and I placed it on top of the sheet cake and like cut out with a very sharp knife around it to get the shape that I needed. Also, the client didn't want the cake that big, so we went like on the smaller scale. If you can see like the difference, you see how big this 3 is, and that 3 is totally different. Even the number 2 was like significantly different. So I'm like, okay, so we can go ahead and use the cutouts instead of the actual stencils for the cake. So sorry, I did not get the cutout part on film, but this is how it came out after I finished cutting it. So I had a sheet cake, I cut it out with the number 3, and then I went ahead and sliced those in half. So right now, in between the layers, we're gonna go ahead and add the icing on each individual dot. I don't use a piping tip, but you can if you're, need more support. But I've been doing this for a while, so I think I'm just kind of used to it. But anyways, moving on. So I did go ahead and pipe each individual icing piece, however you want to say it, girl. And we moving on. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up this part because we're not finna sit here and watch me dot each freaking piece of icing onto this cake, even though it is kind of aesthetically satisfying to me. Moving on. So just a little FYI, make sure that the icing is even, because in a little bit you're gonna see me fix like how the cake doesn't sit on top of the cake evenly, but I'll point that out and I'll show you how I fixed it as well. So we're gonna go ahead and place the number 3 on top of here, and then watch how the top of it, to me it was sitting like down, so I went ahead and like filled the icing in there. Later on the video you'll see it, but I filled it up so that way you can't really see that little sloop. And then for the number 2 as well, I noticed, okay, so I put the number 2, it wasn't even to me. It needed to be like scooted down because too much of the icing was exposed. So right here is where I scooted it down a little bit. I filled in that hole so it can make it a little bit even and sit up straight. Because if not, when you start putting everything on top of it, it's not going to look right at all, girl. All right, so moving on. So the same little technique that we use for the bottom, which is like filling in and having those like dot looking icing. I don't know what you want to call them, y'all. They just look like, they look like candy melts to me. They really do, but they're not. They're pieces of icing. So I didn't go over the flavor. So we just did vanilla cake and we did the buttercream icing. And the picture that I showed y'all, that inspiration picture, is actually cookies. So I told my client it's not gonna look exactly like that, but I can get it pretty close because he wanted cake instead. So I was like, okay, cool. So since this is my first YouTube, I don't know how detailed y'all want to get. I mean, I can go as slow as possible or as fast as possible. I don't care. Y'all just let me know. If y'all have questions, definitely feel free to leave me a comment down below, and I'll answer it as soon as I can when I get to it. All right, so we did the same thing again with the number 2. So now what we need to do is go ahead and start cutting up the fruit. And while I was trying to get fancy and I was slicing them up and stuff, and I was like, ooh, this look cute. Let me put them in a little layer and stuff, which came out cute. Judge your mammy. Don't judge me. Anyways, so we went ahead and added raspberries and strawberries onto the cake. And then we went ahead. Right now, we're just like filling it in to make sure it doesn't look like bare on some of the areas, which is going to take a little bit. So just bear with me again. So we added up the strawberries. And again, I keep slicing them real bougie and cute. Like, I know y'all like that. I know y'all like that. Just stop playing. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and speed up this process as well. So then, so here we are, still trying to fill in the spaces as well. I did end up adding like some roses on the cake as well, because I felt like it gave it a really nice touch or whatever. So I think that's super cute. It just looks so fresh and so pretty. I love it so bad. But anyways, this really kind of concludes it. Right now, I'm just going to fill in those spaces again, making sure that it's not, it looked like something's missing on the cake, you know, and it's even, nothing's falling off. Everything is copacetic. So I love y'all, Suga. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna stop talking, but continue to watch the video. Okay, bye for real, for real. Love you, bye. And thank you so much for watching my very first YouTube video. Ooh, I'm so excited. But anyways, I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye.